Hello and welcome. Right, it is time to crack on. Yeah, if we can survive doing this kind of thing with this kind of implement, I think there's not a lot that's going to phase us, but we have still got a lot of work to do. So let's get cracking. Let's get this first. Well, not first. No, we did do the wheat harvest as well. So yeah. Right. Oh. Okay. My bad. Okay, right, let's get stuck in. Let's go into a time lapse, and then I'd like to get obviously through a few months, because there's not an awful lot to do at present. We've not got anything, very little equipment and very little money, so we've really got to do where you go through the winter and see what our generator can help us with, and obviously with the cash that we've earned. It's not quite that simple, but yeah, that's our main asset really, that's going to assist us to build up a little tiny bit of a nest egg over the winter, where hopefully we can buy, well, cedar, or we'll at least, if not, yeah, I mean there's no super cheap things like we're used to, where you can get a cedar or a planter for like £5 grand. Yeah, those ones that they don't exist at the minute. So yeah, it's a matter of either leasing or hopefully getting one in the sales. Really simple as that. And even if that's all we get, I mean, we've got the harvester, that's a great asset. Get rid of. Hang on, we've got the Great Plains. What am I on about? Yeah, no, yeah, I was just thinking. Hang on a minute, I'm sure I had a cedar. I mean, yeah, hopefully planter. It's weird. It is strange, but planters have got nearly all of these special crops now. Yeah, I mean, the ones that are quite lucrative on hard economy, so like soybeans, about one of the only crops that's more than £1 grand. It's now been moved to planter only, whereas it used to be on cedar. So yeah, the oil crops. There's canola still, good old canola, which I have very frequently gone with quite a lot. So yeah, there is that definitely, and I am making a right mess here. That's because I'm chatting. So I'm going to go into a time lapse because yeah, I am. Look at that mess. I've got to clean up. Yeah, it is very, very messy. Still, we're still getting rid of yeah, we're still not getting rid of, that's always the wrong way. Yeah, we're still, yeah, I realise we have got a monumental task, but even if we only have the existing fields, I didn't need to buy the land. I thought, hang on a minute, why did you buy the land? You didn't really need to. And I thought, well, it means that we can sort of build, it's for the future, where we are going to extend the fields and all the rest of it. But Rome wasn't built in a day, as that old saying goes, and I keep forgetting to lift it. So let's go into that time lapse. I'm going to say my words. I will see you guys and gals on the other side. Just thinking. They were saying, oh yeah, let's go through the winter. What about the sugar beets and the spinach? I think it is. I'm sure it's spinach. It's not soybeans. It is. It is spinach. Yeah, that's gonna be. I'm not sure if it's gonna even break even, but you know, for once, we're probably going to waste a bit of the cash that we've actually done, but we're going to lease the spinach harvester. I know it's going to be. We might break even, rather than like just leave it in the ground, because I'd really like to actually see the new machines. At the minute, for someone who's playing on hard economy, it's like a thing of dreams in the distant future where you may be able to do it with. I think we'll just, yeah, because it is true, it's going to be quite a monumental winter. It's not like what I was originally thinking, where I thought, oh, this is what we've got to do, and then it began to dawn on me that I thought, I'm not sure it's going to be quite as simple as you're saying, because I'm sure we've got a field of sugar beets. Again, little harvesters are a thing of that, so we're probably going to rip that up, and we'll be lucky to break even. It's, yeah, the harvesters are dear. I mean, I think the spinach ones are even worse, like 600 odd grand. It's 30 or 40,000, which is going to be what you get at the most, or we might even lose. So it's one of those things where there is no little sugar beet harvester like AAA Modding did, or my old favourite, the PH Mini. That saved me out of money. That does both jobs. Albeit it was 8 grand. I used to often buy 2 or 3 of them because you could. I'd either do that, or the AA Modding one was brilliant because you could like go 3 meters and 3 meters behind, so you're harvesting and home topping at the same time. It was a brilliant sort of setup, very modest. It's about 40 grand for that setup, so it's a cheap way of getting in. And we actually did that even on combined counties. We didn't have anything posh, no, more expensive. So yeah, if you thought of like, you'd need to get the spinach harvester on special, and it'd have to be like 50 to 60% off for you to afford it, like as a vehicle. And you'd still need to have like hundreds of thousands in your savings, which it's, as we've seen, you can easily spend money, but earning money, that's not so easy. Not hundreds of thousands anyway, not on hard economy. And as Giants do correctly say, this is the economy that most resembles real life, which is why I'm moving on to this. No matter how hard it is, people talk about realism in the game, and yet many people shy away from realism, really, because it hurts, and it does, it's true, but you do get used to it. Yeah, I no longer feel the pain. I just know it's going to be a tough slog. The Let's Plays are going to be longer as well, probably, because it's going to take us longer to get to that, which is why I don't particularly want to stay small for very long, because you do need better equipment. But even that, only the rice harvesters, they're tiny. They don't. You can't like do massive fields. You would need 2 or 3 of those if you're going to do that. And again, I don't know until Courseplay drops in the sort of base game with the standard worker. I'm not sure how they will fare on their own, like doing that, you know, like 2 of them or 3 of them, when you get to that sort of stage where you're going to do that. Yeah, and you've got to have done productions to have done that, and you've also got to basically, with the recipes on the Giants base ones, the little base ones, and well, if you go on the big ones, you need 300 grand odds to grab the productions, and there's still it's weird, we've gone a massive leap from 60 to 110 to anything up to 370,000, so it's like an exponential leap. Equipment's become more expensive, and I've got to be honest, the recipes are still fairly awful. So again, yeah, I mean, I would have done sugar's a good start, but I mean, I always said this on FS25, it was difficult enough. I never wanted a Giants factory, because even then I thought they were expensive. Now I think they were cheap by comparison to what they are now. But it's you still don't make a fortune. If you invest 370,000, you'd probably take in-game years, many years before you broke, even got your factory cost back. And let's be honest, you're not buying a factory so that you only like pay that back. You were hoping to earn a fortune, so it costs you a fortune to actually begin to earn a pittance. It's just not right. So I may well be having a go at the base game factories as well, and trying to make them. It's a bit like, I've got to be honest, vegetables are a good one, but there was only one reasonable recipe, a honey one, that dropped later, and the price structure wasn't really right. It's not been thought through by the modder terribly well. So I did that on Elm Creek, one of the last sort of like, why would you choose to start from scratch? I can't remember if I did it on hard or normal economy. Yeah, I would have thought I did it on hard. I can't remember though. I think I wanted to show a bit of traction though, and that's what I'm saying. Is me, I talk about realism, but really, if you're going to play realistic, then why choose to start from scratch? Really, it should be hard economy, and that's a setting, because everybody knows it's a tough slog. It is, but that is the sort of what it's supposed to be played on, really. So it's just that it really does hurt, and it does take quite a bit of getting used to, but you can do it. I've done many a let's play on hard economy. Well, we started and finished on hard economy, and it is tough, but you can. It's a much tougher beast, FS25, because the prices are so expensive on so much that it's, as I said, I don't feel any shame in as having 750 grand to begin with. I mean, on FS19 you had 500. You had the same on FS22, but it was the loan bit was what always got me. It's but it was not that much of a stretch. The factories and that were, when I look at it now, reasonable, whereas now they're expensive. So yeah, it's and yet hard economy's not got any easier. That's what I'm saying. It's the price you're going to get. You'd be stripping monster fields to, and of course you need to be able to buy monster fields first. So it's not quite that simple. I'm going to do my best, but there might be the odd little tiny patch. I'm not going to like do this forever. We're going to do our best. I'm just trying to get some of these outliers done. It always goes against the grain when you've got a harvest not to finish it. Really, it's why I always. Down. I thought I had, but I didn't. Yeah, I don't like doing it, even if I've got a sunflower field and you've got those little tufts that you get when you, with courseplay especially, I usually go and finish them, because it sort of goes against the grain that whoever, whether I did it or another farmer, it's work, a lot of hard work, so I do like to do it properly. I mean, yeah, I'm not saying this good back corner there. I think I'll probably, let's see if we can get most of this. Ooh, I thought I'd miss you. I didn't think. I thought if I would be very lucky if I stretched to that. Brilliant. Yeah, not just a patch there and a patch on that right hand side. Not bad. I try to clean up with vegetables as we're going, especially with these little ones that really. Like, it's miraculous that you can actually get your lines right with this. It's quite hard to actually do it. Let's go straight round on it as well. We're lucky to have the Massey. It's really good at steering. Fantastic. Let's lift it for a second and then switch it off. Let's go across the field. A couple of little patches over there. Yeah, little trick for those who like to know these things. If you go in sort of past, I'm not always looking at the vegetable head. I'm often looking at my wheels. There's a sort of like a, if you go past the wheels sort of about like that range, you are going to get the two rows. It's as simple as that. So I often look at my wheels, not the actual head, and you will get them if you sort of do it like that. It'll get them both. So that's a little bit. Oh, there was a bit over there as well. No, I did lift it. I was good. Yeah, no, I need to work on right at that. Yeah, I'm a bit far out. I miss a little bit. Yeah, it's hard to see at the edge of the field. Vegetables are though. Yeah, you can. There is some there. Just do this last little splidging. Yes, I do make words up. I always have, ever since I was a kid. I had my own little language, but my family always laughed at the words that I would make up. But yeah, I still do it. Steal a bit of English and change it somewhat. So I apologise in advance for the you're thinking, what is he on about? Alright, so this is not going to be earning a fortune, but do we know? We're not. We'll ask the shop to pick it up. We'll go through straight through till tomorrow, where one of our fields is there spinach. Oh, that is a point. When is spinach? I thought spinach. I've not done it, so I've no idea when it comes at all. Spinach. Oh, it's way next year, so we haven't got to worry about that for a long time. Our sugar beet, I think that's sugar beet could be next month. So let's just run this, sell this. Not going to make a fortune, but we made about 11,000 off that field. So it was quite a lot of tonnage. Not a bad little earner for hard economy. But obviously it would have been much better if we'd have got 30 odd grand to buy the little one, but again, it will take some time. But again, it's all about multiple income streams. So yeah, and also doing, look, especially with the Giants one, you really do need to do, as I did on Sri Lanka, like everything, you know, like 3 vegetables as it was back then, to make it the factory work. And it wastes an awful lot of it does. It's like 3 for 1. It's a terrible recipe, and there's no pig food or anything like that, which you could use the wasted product. It'd only be like topping the things. It really would. So well, we're going to use the new, it's not called Sleep Anywhere, but yeah, Sleep Anytime, but we're going to use that. Thank goodness. So we're going to go to 9 o'clock in the morning, see what our daily tick up is. I'll say that, you know, the generator is what I was trying to think of, but yeah. Right, 2894. Say it's not like stupendous, and obviously we're looking for I was going to say furniture. We're not looking for furniture at all. We're looking for, like, well, there's not a lot that's any use to us at present. We haven't really got anything that will do any of those type of things. Is that grass pickup and everything? So is that picking up straw? Because I mean, that's not normal that Giants allow that, but that does very much look like that type of thing. Unfortunately, I do like the mist. Yeah, very, very nice. Yeah, unfortunately, we've not really got now then, the one thing we've got to be looking for, of course, is our field golden? No, it's not. So it'll be ready next month. Did we? It's got weeds, hasn't it? I remember really, really badly. So if it's not, we're gonna go do that. Yeah, we are. We're gonna go grab. So we actually are gonna take that harvest back. We're going to weed that bin as it's not ready, and the other field too, which is going to be now we may as well do both. Say it's we might have to harvest another session. Simple as that, really. We've got I always say this: the farm dictates what jobs you've got to do. If you forget them, So we've got the straw on that as well, in the middle of all of those weeds somewhere. A poor little harvester that I left strewn, and we've got a shed. So yeah, my bad. It was because we got straight away involved in another harvest. So I'll drop this off. Yeah, you can at least do the return trick if you do it this way, can't you? That's what I like doing. It's they're going to drag it into those doors like you wouldn't know. Oh, you can see it. I like it. Yeah, so you know when you've hit it now. I like that a lot. All my life. May as well repair it, haven't we? And no, that's not our problem. Fantastic. Quick workers at this place, you know. Zip those doors open, zip it in, and that's it, all in a blink of an eye. So I think, yeah, fuel all ready, because this is the only one we've got, so it's, yeah, not too difficult to do. So then, sprayer. Let's borrow one of those, and also grab a bit of herbicide. Now then, yes, this should have my more reasonable brand. Well, it's the same brand, but done at home brewed, basically, I think. No, we don't seeds. We would like consumables, and we want... See, I've not gone mad. It's not silly, and I'm not sure if it'll do the 2222 that it says it will. Yeah, but this equally, you will see it... I'll try 2, I think. 5? Is that right? That's 3, 5, 5, 4. It is adding that then, a third. So actually, that's robbed us of a 1,777. That'll be me with my maths. And I thought it was supposed. I might have did a mistake the first time I did it. The first one's supposed to be 0 because you've already. Oh, I believe we should have a sprayer 2. Yes, we should. Can't really use spray without a sprayer, can we? I think it's further up. That there is what we want, and that there, no cheap brand yet. At least, yes. Yeah, so we really need to give ourselves 1,777 back. Is it still? Yeah. 1,777, and I need to correct that, otherwise it's going to do every single time we actually buy it. I need to change the XML file so it's right. Yeah, there's a lot of tweaks going on that I'm having to do really to make it all work. It's good fun. I'm enjoying it actually. Right, that's that. Let's get stuck in. I'm going to go into a brief time. I want the work sequences I'm going to do. I'm going to show you everything as is the one of the channel, but I am going to do it quickly so we get good traction, and so that you don't have to watch monster time lapses that are really, yeah. So we own, yeah, I mean we own a lot of land really, but obviously we've still got to prep the fields and all the rest of it. So yeah, let's get this done. Luckily we've got narrows on. So we'll do these 2 fields. So I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Right, that didn't take too long. I do love it when you've got anything with a decent spread, whether it's a harvester or a sprayer or a spreader. Yeah, it's quite amazing. My little 18 meters still very humble when you consider the big ones that you get. Right, I want to chuck that out, drop this off, and let's whiz through until next month when we know we're going to get. Yeah, the other thing is, I was just thinking as I was doing that field, I thought, if the only thing you're going to make is the leasing cost, now you're going to do it. No farmer's going to leave crap in the field, but really it's soul destroying. If you've got to borrow a piece of kit that's 30 grand, you've got to like get through. You know, like it might take you longer than an hour, all the rest of it. If you get through and all you do is break even, that's not a thing that a farmer wants ever to do. It's not the way that it is. You should make money when you lease a piece of equipment. It really is. Right, so let's send that back. Right, return yes. Thank you very much. Right, let's get cracking. We may as well. Do I sleep anywhere right now? Yes, we've already looked at the sales. Nothing for us. And now we've sent it back. Let's sleep till 9 o'clock, and we should see. Yeah, we shall see what we're at in the morning. I mean, what I'm trying to say is, no one's going to want a generator to offset the costs of things, and you're not making any sort of, because the sugar beet field's a bit of a weird size. Yeah, see what I mean? That's what I'm saying. The generator's not stupendously. Yeah, it is good, but we haven't got grass at the minute. It's a very good price, but again, it's not something we're doing at present, so it would be a waste of cash. Let's have a look at our field. We should see that one of them is now golden. Oh, okay. Has this gone wrong then? Because that looks. Oh no, it should be this one. So why is that not showing us like ready? It should be golden. It's not even showing us growing. What is happening to you? Oh, so it's not showing. That's a bit of an odd one then. It is ready, but yeah, fertilise 50%. Oh, I meant to do that the next month. We were busy. It happens. Yeah, mistakes happen. Right, so we want to buy a lease, should I say, a sugar beet. We're gonna, yeah, we will see if you can break even on a field of that size, or whether it's a loss, which it really shouldn't be. But I just want to see the weight of like what these are versus the economy that Giants have done. Whether you are, so beet harvesters. Now what's the point? There is that one. Oh, I didn't realise it did. All kinds of beets, including beetroots. That's something worth knowing. 6 metre and 6.4. Wow, there's a big difference. Is that the home topper? Well, even that's 100 grand for a home topper. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a bit of a biggie. What is the? It's 215 horsepower. That's 280 horsepower. It's got to be. All my life. Do you imagine the leasing cost? Right, let's have a look. What's the difference between doing that and that? No. 8 grand could be the difference between us actually doing it or not. What's the header size on that? It looks like a 2.7. Yeah, maybe 3. Maybe just. Light tracks. Okay, let's lease you. You're new as well. That's what I'm thinking. Right, okay then. So let's grab our little tractor and let's grab our trailer. In fact, no, we'll set your destination because we need you to grab the trailer right down there, and we will have the fun of grabbing you. Some budget. Oh my life, and it took our front end off. So I don't know what the storage is. I don't know anything about this. I just know that it can be, and it saves the. So yeah, to do the other one, it's cheaper. It's about 400,000 instead of like 30 or 700 grand, and that's what I'm saying. It's exponential. Now, I'm not saying that this is not true, but there is no starting thing that you can work from first, which I think most farmers would start with a small. You wouldn't just suddenly be able to afford 600. Now, why are you going to go straight through the? Okay, let's not worry about the worker. We've got our own worries, right? All my life, yeah. Let's get cracking. Yeah, I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Yeah, this is really the worst kind of farming that you could possibly do, because we've got absolutely no storage, no shed to stick this in, so we've got to sell it direct off the field, which means you're selling it at the worst possible time. But that's the option we've got, so we'll see whether we even break even with the leasing costs. I'd be surprised if we did. That's what I'm sort of thinking, in which case the spinach next year is going to be just the same. Yeah, 30 grand wasted and we're going to have lost money. That's not good farming. But this is, I'm playing it realistic because we haven't got anything cheap. We've only got this. So I'm at the only place I can be at this present moment. But you wouldn't leave the crop in the field. But it's just, my gut tells me this is not going to end well. We're lucky if we break even with what we've already done, but I'm hoping I'm wrong. I mean, we didn't do terribly badly out of the vegetables. We did actually make profit, but then again, that was what I call a small piece of equipment that did take a lot of time. So we shall see. It is a nice harvester. That's a small storage, much smaller than I'm used to. 20 tons. Instead of like 30 odd, but it's the cheapest one, and that's saying something, because it's not cheap by any sort of so the light tracks is the cheapest of the biggies, but it's still, yeah. Now we may as well crack on. Yeah, the good news is it's not going to take too long to do the field, but is that good or is that bad? Right, anyway, let's get cracking. Yeah, and we'll see you guys and gals on the other side. Right, that's going to go about where I thought it would go. But absolutely, the field would have needed to have been 2 or 3 times. We may just as still made it if it was 3 times the size, but yeah, it is what it is. We're nowhere near even going to break even with the leasing cost of the harvester. Will you get close enough? Yeah, it's true. That is about as bad as I thought it would be. And again, I'm not being funny, but in real life, then the farmers do have to. So I've got everything. We'll check in a sec. Yeah, farmers have to sort of sell it. They get big yards, so there's. Yeah, it's usually belt systems. I don't think there's a pickup off the floor yet, is there? So we couldn't even make a pile and then like sell it at the best possible time, which is still, it's still not brilliant, even if you look at the prices of sugar beet. So I think it's classed as beet, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. No, but it is in this section because they've done all of the crops. Sugar beets is, yeah, there's 50 in it, so you should still really. It's still not terrible. So we've lost. We had 60 odd grand, so all of the profit we've made, we've now lost in the leasing of a vehicle because the field was too small. Yeah, we have got. So let's send this back. So that was a lesson in the fact that I may well have been better to take a plough to it. It was that bad, and it's been that devastating for the farm. We'll be lucky to actually break even on. Sorry, the pipe is fixed. I was trying to see, is it a. Yeah, we can fold it now, but you've got to have it unfolded. That is its proper thing for when you're over the field, which obviously FS25 that would have felt so wrong because you'd normally have that in until you like go over the so really that was as bad as I thought it would be. Getting through the winter, we'll be lucky to get our cash back up to what it was before we did that devastating harvest. Spinach, I'm expecting it to be much worse, so again I'm not actually sure we're going to go on with it. We might actually rip it up because we just see that it's even dearer than this. As you adjusted, you can feel this yourselves. Yeah, I'm not making you any more. The only person doing well out of this little thing is the leasing company. Yeah, we've lost 19 odd then 20 odd grand out of that little endeavour and sold it. Yeah, I mean, so if hard economy is the most realistic, I'm not sure in what way that it is supposed to be. So let's go through. Yeah, so really if we know that that is the case, the spinach, it's a bigger field but it's not big enough to make cash to offset a 30 grand. I mean, even cotton is a good one that you can usually offset the cost, and it is quite a cost for you. Have I lost my speakers? No, I haven't. It's just gone quiet. Right, so 47,532. I mean, we're going to be not even fortunate enough to buy equipment. I mean, that's brilliant. That's the standard one, and I'm not sure if you're allowed to throw it on the field now like you were. But again, I really don't want to be doing that. Not like that. That's a good price, but again, would clear us out. We can't afford any of this because the profit we did have is now gone. So let's go December. Got nothing to sell. We'll go through to about March. Now, I would normally be prepping the fields, but we're going to have to like do that on the fly. We've got a tiny little tractor, and we've just had a terrible experience with the leasing companies realizing that we can really be ripped off in a mega way. So that's a decent tick up. Yeah, it is. That's a good price, but unfortunately with 250 horses under the bonnet, it's a little bit out of our reach, shall we say. So we're recovering. Can you see really what I was talking about there with the generator? Without that, to sort of pick up the losses from such a terrible, it is awful if that's realistic then. Yeah, farmers will not make any cash. So we, ooh, strange. That's very good value for that. It is. But I'm not sure even that we could afford. But if we're gonna do going forwards, it's just not. No, I just think it's a long way off. So I'm going to say no. It is. It is. It's a good price. But what I mean is, we've only got 60 odd grand. That's a third of our cash on something like that. I think we've got the cedar. We've got to crack on with what we've actually got. We've got a 4 metre cultivator which we can just about lift and go across the field. So yes, right, so March. And we're back up to where we were before. That's a very good price. That's brilliant. But again, we're not doing grass. We could, but I don't want to do a grass start on every single, because you could pretty much almost, yeah, because I think that's the windrower one. It's a very nice bit of kit. Yeah, you can see it's got the windrow sections on, so you would only need to buy the front or lease the front mower, which is how we did it on Zilonka. But that, I mean, you're not going to get a bit much better than that. You could, if you were perfect, get it for like 23 or 4 grand on a 69. But that you don't look for that ever. I mean, that's also very reasonable too, because it's the 180s. So again, we do need one. Do we do that? Because that's something we do need. But again, straw is. But you are looking for the long term, really. So do we buy that? It's something we need. I think we're going to have to. I don't think we can afford a beacon. It's very, very sad to say that, but I think that's true. Yeah, we need it. We do. Right, so then, what can we need to rip our 3 fields. Let's have a look at the growth, and then I'm going to slip my hook. So the weeds are gone, and growth it's coming up, but I really do think, truthfully, I think what we ought to do is make those into a bigger field, and probably I think canola's one of the few crops that can really make cash to begin with, and I think we'll probably do again, it's going to take us hours to actually prep the field before we even do it. So we've got a cultivator stroke plough. Oh my life, typically it's beautiful as well. Oh, canola. You can't plant canola this time of year. You can plant. We could go. Oats is one of the few that I'm thinking. It's a short window, and then you could do canola in the back end. Oats is. Price of oats. It's reasonable. Yeah, again, we'd need to store that. Now that we could manage because of its yield to store in the. Yeah, there's nowhere over 70 tons of that. We could stick that in the silo, and we could actually make a bit of cash. So we're here for the long haul, definitely, and the spinach is going to have to be taught. There's no way we're going to offset the cost of a spinach harvester for that size field. It's just too. It's about twice as big as that. How much is spinach worth? Now I think you do it twice, but that means you've got at least a half. It's only set if you've got that, if you own that harvester, if you've got a millionaire and you've bought that bit of kit, and you're going to do that. I mean, it's if I was ever going to do this on hard economy, I'd have to start and see that I've got a spinach harvester on sale for 50% off, and I'd buy it that first month, and then we could do spinach, and then you might make actual sort of cash. What spinach? I think is quite poor. Yeah, it's not brilliant. So 232 again in October, and you harvest it when? I would imagine it's got to be quite early. I mean, peas are a nice one. Spinach is. Oh, we can harvest spinach whenever. Wow. So, but ours is not ready. So yeah, that's the Yeah, we can see the growth stage on that. It's going to be sort of quite late on, I would say. So yeah, if you own the harvester, you can do the crop twice, which will then make that price almost bearable. But that's not a good place to be, is it? So that you're talking 460 something. If I don't know what the yield is like on it. Again, not done it, and again, it's a thing of dreams at the minute. So yes, we've year one, we will have made enough to do this. Obviously, there's exorbitant repair costs that will eat you out of house and home at the minute, so that's really not going to help when you can see that the leasing costs will devour your bones, as we've just seen. Only that beautiful generator brought us up and has put us into a spot where we are where we are now. Without that, the leasing company would have been laughing, and the banks would have been foreclosing on our little farm before we'd have even started. So yes, lessons learnt. Spinach and things like that are a very long way away from like your reach. I just wanted to do it because I thought that's the way it would go. And I thought, well, this is good. The lesser of two evils, the beet harvester. I mean, the yield on that was terrible, and it did have fertilizer, and there were no weeds. So that was quite awful. The yield's gone down enormously on that sort of size field. So to what it would have been in, I'd have expected hundreds of tons, or we may actually have. So that's yeah, it's not weighted right. Definitely not. Not if that's what Janet's saying. This is realistic economy and all the rest of it. It's terrible. Now, how on earth we can plough? We can still plough the snow up, so I'm not worried. Yeah, so all that remains to be said is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.